Today we're going to be looking at the Armed Forces March for flute. This one is used every year for our Veterans Day Assembly, and it includes the Marines hymn, Caissons Go Rolling Along for the Army, and Anchors Aweigh for the Navy. I'm also going to stop and look over a couple different sections towards the end of the piece that may be a little bit tricky for you guys. Also, keep in mind, this is very important. You are reading this in 2/4 time signature. It's not 4/4, it's 2/4, and that can throw a lot of people off when it comes to counting the multi-rests. So at the very beginning, you have the multi-rest of 3, so that would be 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 2. So you'd be 3 measures, and they're only 2 beats long. All right, so let's get started. Here we are at 110 beats per minute. At the beginning, we have our 3 measures of rest, so we're going to count those off. 1, 2, go. 2, 2, 2, 3, 2, rest. Here's 15. 1, 2, 2, 2. Bum, 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 bum. Jump back in. Bum, bum, 31. Da, 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 da. Bum, bum, bum. This is the trumpet here. Ba, da, 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 da. Bum, bum, bum. This is 41. Da, 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 da. Bum, 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 bum. Here we go. Da, 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 da. We hear the drum cadence, and we go 61, and here we go. All right, so you'll notice I made a couple mistakes in there. At measure, let's see, 63 for Anchors Aweigh. You have to go G, D, G, and I accidentally left my pinky on and played E flat. So right away, that could be a bit of a tricky spot. Anyway, let's go right back to the beginning. So we're starting at the pickup to measure 5, and we have to play each of these little sections twice because we have our repeat signs. So you go all the way to your first ending, then go back to 5, and then play it again, skip the first bracket, and then go up to 15. And then we have measure 15 brings in a separate part of the song. We have to wait. That's the lower brass and woodwind section that plays right there. And then we jump back in with those Ds, and then we start the melody line again, just like at 5, but now it's at the pickup to 23. So that's how we finish out the Marines hymn. And most of it really is pretty straightforward. At 31, we get to the Caissons Go Rolling Along. And for the most part, it's really just a trumpet feature. But you have to do these little background lines in there. So not much happening for you guys. Even at 41, there's another section that has some low brass and woodwind that you're just sort of hanging out for and waiting. And then you jump in to finish up the piece at the pickup to 49. Now there's one little thing that I did differently here. So at 49, it sounds like this. Okay, so that's not really how it's written there. Ba, ba, ba. It's written da, 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 da. It's all 8th notes, but the way we play it typically in the band is by taking that first note and adding a dot to it, and then the second note, we make it a 16th note. So it's da, 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 as opposed to da, 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 da. The rhythm is just more authentic. So we tend to play it like that just because that's how you would normally hear it being performed by a professional band. So again, it sounds like this. Here's 49. da 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 da, making sure we're playing those accents. Then we have the drums that start, that are playing the drum cadence, and everybody backs out for those 4 measures. And then at 61, we jump into Anchors Aweigh. Okay, so at 68. We have this little chromatic passing thing that's taking place. So B flat, A, and then our A flat, which is the same as G sharp, and then take the pinky off. So you may want to practice that a few times. Like I have to practice it a few times. So I'd go over that and make sure it becomes part of your muscle memory. All right, let's keep moving on. First ending, so the first bracket in Anchors Aweigh, we are going to start on an E natural. So it's... Let's hear it again. Okay. And then finally, at the very end, at the second ending, so this is the bottom line, we have to play a high D. And a high D is not played like a low D. So this is our low D, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That's not how it's done. So the high D actually takes off a lot of your right hand and you add your pinky. It's actually an easier fingering. So our thumb's still down. We have 2, 3, and then just our pinky. And that's our high D. So if we listen to the difference, it sounds a little bit brighter, stronger, and more in tune, most importantly. So we're going to go high D, C, and then D flat. And then we climb a little bit higher, and then again have some chromatic stuff happening. So we go up to our C, and then a D flat, which is just your pinky, just the pinky. And then your high D, which you just learned, or already knew. So let's play, let's see, the last 1, 2, 3, 4 measures. So pick up to the last 4 measures. 1, 2, 1. All right, and that's all there is to it. So quite a few things to practice with this piece. I think it offers some good challenges. Especially at the end there, make sure you play those notes correctly. Because when you're playing these loud high notes on the flute, if you're using the wrong fingering or just playing a half step off, it's going to sound really bad. So make sure that we have accuracy, especially at that second ending. All right, thank you guys so much for watching the video. Hopefully all goes well. And if you need any support, please reach out to me. Take care, guys.